A very big congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs for winning the 57th Super Bowl on Sunday. It is looking very good for Manchester United right now, and Manchester City are on course to top the Premier League table on Wednesday if they beat Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium. Welcome to Sports Gist right here on the Captain TV studios, your #1 sports station in the beautiful city of Abuja. I am Dearest Tumba. And starting with some news, with the NPFL 3SC fight back to deny Bendel insurance. Benga Ogumbote led 3SC came back from 2 goals down in Ibadan to record a 2-0 draw against group leaders Bendel Insurance in one of the matchday 7 games of the Nigerian Professional Football League on Sunday. Taufik Malomo and Opeoluwa Olufemi rescued a point for the Oluyole Warriors after Osarenko Imade and Ismail Sarki had pulled the visitors up. The visitors stuck their nose in front immediately after kickoff with the first chance of the game through talisman striker Imade, who benefited from a loose ball on the edge of the 3SC area. His strike was poorly handled by 3SC goalkeeper Okechukwu Johnson for his 5th goal of the season. Imade then turned provider for his striking partner Sariki in the 38th minute, and the forward finished with an uplob from the right side of the box to double Bendel Insurance's advantage. The host, however, reduced the deficit 2 minutes before the breakthrough. Malomo's poker inside the insurance box. 3XC mounted more pressure after the restart, with coach Benga Ogumbote also responding with changes. Their persistence paid off in the 65th minute as Olufemi found the bottom right corner of Amas Obasoje's goal. Despite the sustained pressure from the host, there was nothing more to separate both sides as Insurance walked away with a precious point on their second visit to Ibadan. The Edo Arsenal remain unbeaten and top Group A of the abridged league with 17 points in 7 games, while Shooting Stars remain 6th with 9 points from the same number of matches. Moving on, Ofili crashes records at South Carolina meet. Nigerian sprinter Favour Ofili continued her brilliant 2023 season as she ran a new 22.36 seconds to win the women's 200-meter heat event at the Tiger Power Invitational, which ended on Saturday in South Carolina, United States. The Louisiana State University student surpassed her indoor personal best and 200-meter African record of 22.46 seconds. The time is a new Nigerian record, world lead, NCAA lead, LSU record, facility record, and the 3rd fastest time in NCAA history. Ofili kicked off her 2023 indoor season 2 weeks ago as she came first in 22.55 seconds in the women's 200-meter heat at the University of New Mexico Open Classic. And last week she clocked 22.59 seconds, which was still in the top 5 fastest times in the world this year. Also at the Tiger Power Invitational, she clocked a brilliant PB of 7.15 seconds to finish 2nd in the 60-meter final. Ofili now owns the top 7 fastest times by an African indoor 200-meter female runner in history, with her progression reading thus 22.75 seconds, 22.71 seconds, 22.61 seconds, 22.59 seconds, 22.52 seconds, 22.46 seconds, and 22.36 seconds. The sprinter, a Louisiana State University student, had an outstanding 2022 season and was part of Nigeria's 4x 100-meter women's relay side that won gold and set a new African record of 42.10 seconds at the 2022 Commonwealth Games in Birmingham. After running 22.46 seconds indoor in 2022, the 20-year-old Commonwealth gold medalist clocked a PB and NR of 21.96 seconds outdoors, becoming the first Nigerian and collegiate runner to go under the sub 22 seconds mark outdoors. A very good one for Ofili, making Nigeria proud. Moving on to Europe, Dyche. I was a Liverpool fan, but Everton supporters appreciate Klopp. Everton boss Sean Dyche admits that his famous part with Liverpool boss Jurgen Klopp at Anfield endeared him to his new supporters. The new coach at Goodison Park is preparing to take on Liverpool and Klopp in the Premier League on Monday. Despite being a Liverpool supporter as a kid, Dyche knows that he can form a connection with the toughest supporters. He stated, "I don't mind telling you that as a 7-year-old in Kettering, it's not exactly the metropolis of football. I actually physically had a season ticket at non-league Kettering, but obviously that doesn't make a story. I was a 70s kid, and most kids in the 70s supported Liverpool. My mate Franny Feehan had a yellow Liverpool kit. You know, the yellow one with the stripes down? I thought that's a nice kit. Who is that?" And he said, "Liverpool." So I thought we are Liverpool fans from now on then. He still is, so he'll be buzzing to get a name check. Asked if there's a picture of him in a Liverpool kit, he added, "I doubt that. You'll do well to find one. I did not have any memorabilia. Glenn Hoddle was one of my favorite players. That is what it was like as a kid in the 70s. I know that Kettering in non-league football doesn't make a story, and you all agree with me that, but those are my first memories of the football team. I can tell you all that Kettering stories, Freddie Easthall, Billy Kellogg going to Wembley in 1979 for the vase, Jim Conde, the legend. A million stories I can tell you, many Liverpool ones." He added on the club's part in 2021, "Look, I think fans don't mind that. They want to see two managers fight for their teams, for their clubs, standing up. After the game, it's gone. For me, it's done. That's it. End of discussion. That used to be a more regular occurrence in football. Maybe not so much now. It used to be nothing, but it makes a story." Well, this is coming from Sean Dyche ahead of the Merseyside derby against Liverpool tonight. Moving on, Tardelli slams Pogba and Juventus. Allegri needs to step in and do something. World Cup winner Marco Tardelli has launched an attack on Paul Pogba over his absence at Juventus. Pogba is yet to play for Juve since arriving in the summer from Manchester United due to a pre-season knee injury. Pogba hasn't played since April 2022 when he was still at Manchester United. In 1982 World Cup winner Tardelli told the Rai program 19 Minuto, "He is now a problem for Juve. We don't know when he'll return or what he intends to do." Pogba goes off skiing while his teammates are there battling against huge issues. He doesn't have knee surgery when the club asks, but only when he decides, because he's worried about the World Cup with France. Now Pogba is a problem that the Bianconeri need to resolve. This whole situation also shows how Juventus don't have very clear ideas on their general direction. Max Allegri also seems to be irritated with Pogba and said in yesterday's press conference that he has no idea when the Frenchman will be back on the field, so urges media to stop asking him. In my view, Allegri needs to step in here and do something, because it is not possible to have a player who is sitting there getting paid for doing nothing. Added Tardelli, his behavior towards his teammates isn't fair either. The whole situation irritates me. Well, there seems to be trouble for Pogba and Juventus. I don't know how that ends, but we wish them all the best. Moving on to the Super Bowl 57. Kansas City Chiefs fight back to beat Philadelphia 38-35 in a thriller. The Kansas City Chiefs became NFL champions for the second time in 4 years after fighting back to claim a thrilling 38-35 win over the Philadelphia Eagles. Seen as slight underdogs for Super Bowl 57, the Chiefs trailed for much of the game in Phoenix and were 27-22 down heading into the final quarter. But despite limping after aggravating an ankle injury, quarterback Patrick Mahomes and veteran coach Andy Reid orchestrated a route back in front of 67,827 fans in the State Farm Stadium. Mahomes, who was named the season's most valuable player for a second time last week, made touchdown passes to Kadarius Toney and Sky Moore to put Kansas City in front for the first time. The Eagles leveled after a record-breaking third rushing touchdown by Jalen Hurts, followed by a 2-point conversion by the third-year quarterback. But a heroic 26-yard run by Mahomes made the ground for Harrison Butker to kick a game-winning field goal from 27 yards with 8 seconds remaining. Mahomes' performance saw the 27-year-old become the first player since 1999 to win the season MVP, the Super Bowl, and the Super Bowl MVP in the same season. He has led the Chiefs to at least the AFC Championship game in all 5 seasons as a starter, and many argued that for the Reid-Mahomes era to be considered a dynasty, they had to win another Super Bowl. "I am not going to say a dynasty yet. We are not done," said Mahomes. "I told you nothing was going to keep me off the field. I want to thank my teammates. We challenged each other and it took everybody." On Reid, who coached Philly for 14 years before taking over at Kansas City in 2013. Mahomes added he's one of the greatest coaches of all time. "I think everybody knew that, but these last 2 Super Bowls kind of cemented that." To have someone that is such a great person who gets the best out of players, you wanted to win those Super Bowls for him. It's great that we did that. Reid, 64, said of Mahomes, "He wants to be the greatest player ever. That's the way he goes about his business. And he does it humbly. There's no bragging. The great quarterbacks make everybody around him better, including the head coach. So he's done a heck of a job." A good one for Patrick Mahomes, leading the Kansas City to their second Super Bowl in 4 years. Moving on to the Dallas Open, Hu Yinbing becomes first Chinese man to win an ATP Tour title. Wu Yinbing became the first Chinese man to win an ATP Tour title with victory over John Isner at the Dallas Open. The 23-year-old, ranked 97th in the world, won 6-7, 4-7, 7-6, 7-3, 7-6, 14-12 in just under 3 hours. He saved 4 match points against American former world number 8 Isner. Wu is set to rise to world number 58 when the rankings are updated on Monday, making him the highest ranked Chinese in ATP history. Playing in his maiden tour level final, he did not compete on the tour from March 2019 to January 2022 because of numerous injuries, but he defeated American top seed Taylor Fritz and Canada's third seed Denis Shapovalov en route to the final. Jamie Murray and new partner Michelle Venus of New Zealand claimed their first men's double title together after linking up last month. The pair, top seeds in Dallas, defeated Americans Nathaniel Lamont and Jackson Withrow 1-6, 7-6, 7-4, 10-7. "We had a great week. We had to battle a lot," said Murray, who has now won a tour title in 11 consecutive seasons, and Venus 9. "We went down really hard in the first set, but we stayed calm and kind of committed to what we were trying to do out there and worked our way into the match. We are super happy with how it turned out." A big congratulations for Wu Bing and the entire Chinese nation. Well, that's the most we can take for now. We go on a break. When we come back, the show continues. Stay tuned. Welcome back from that break. Hope you enjoyed the highlights. Of course, I like to call him my right-hand man, but he's always sitting at my left. I have Kayode on the show. Kayode, good afternoon. Welcome to Sports Gist.
Thank you. Afternoon, dearest. You are smiling. You are bright.
I mean, what can I do?
It's an honor to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here. Welcome. And it seems to be looking good for Barcelona.
It seems to be looking good for Barcelona. It's always looking good for.
I mean, Tiki Taka is back. It seems like it took a break.
Yeah, we had to go back to the drawing board, and since we had a new coach who is used to the tiki-taka team while he was a player. And
let's not forget, he was the midfield maestro, him and Iniesta. And it seems to be getting it right with Gavi and Pedri. They seem to be filling our shoes.
They are filling the shoes.
I think Barca has been lacking in that area, but now
we've had issues with our midfield and a little with our defense.
Okay.
But I think we've strengthened the defense to a percentage, but that will be tested on Thursday. I won't take that away.
We're looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Anyways, a lot happened over the weekend. Where should we start? Starting with Chelsea playing out a 1-0 draw against West Ham United. Very sad one for Chelsea. I mean, they wanted to win. We'll get there. Manchester United, they're in the form of their lives. It seems to be working. Everything is going well for Manchester United. As they beat Leeds United away from home. That was 3-0 or 3-1. Then Manchester City beating Aston Villa 3-1 at home. But the funny thing about Manchester City's win is they are now 3 points behind Arsenal, and if they beat Arsenal at the Emirates on Wednesday, they automatically top the league. Also, Barcelona, like we said, they seem to be doing well. They beat Villarreal over the weekend too. And Real Madrid, I think it is fair for us to name them the Club World Cup club. I don't know.
Yes,
because they've won it 5 times.
Yeah, 5 times.
5 times in the past 10 years, if I'm not mistaken.
It's a wonderful one for Madrid.
Yeah, sure. It is a wonderful one. Kudos to Real Madrid. Also, a bit of, let's go to America, where the Kansas City Chiefs beat the Philadelphia Eagles in the Super Bowl. Another brilliant game. Which other game did we have? Osimhen. Victor Osimhen's Napoli. He cannot stop to score.
we're glad to see Victor Osimhen in the form of his life.
The only prayer is he should not stop.
He will not stop.
He should not stop.
He isn't looking like someone.
Because he's currently the most wanted striker in Europe.
Yeah, Liverpool just joined the chase for him yesterday.
Chelsea wants him.
Chelsea wants him too. No, we are not giving you. No matter what, if I have to call Victor Osimhen or chat him up on his
if you ask him honestly, he will tell you that he was a child. Like growing up, he was a Chelsea fan. He might want to say that. We all supported Chelsea.
Are you? Don't say we all. I never supported Chelsea even from when I was a child, please.
Okay, what club did you support as a child?
As a child, I supported Manchester United because my brother was a Manchester United fan.
Okay.
He loved the man called Rooney so much. He loved Scholes so much, and we can't stop. We hear those names every day. We'll be like, I'm going to watch football. I'm going to watch my guy Scholes. And then got to a point where Cristiano Ronaldo was everywhere. My brother's nickname became Cristiano Ronaldo, and that was how we were like, okay. But growing up, I loved Barca.
I mean, I was always a Chelsea fan, and I still am a Chelsea fan. Another surprising result during the weekend was Leicester City against Tottenham Hotspur, 4-1.
No one saw that coming, actually. The struggling Leicester City against the Tottenham that can flog you any day.
No, I'm not going to put Tottenham that level of flogging every day, anytime.
Because this season, they've not really been.
This season has been up and down.
They've not really been, but with the introduction of Kane back into the team, I think last 2 games we saw Kane do. I think he scored the only goal against was it Manchester City.
Manchester City,
the only game. We also saw Son was also in the game yesterday. Was it yesterday or day for yesterday?
I mean, that game against Man City, if record serves me right, Man City seems to have a bit of a struggle playing at the London Stadium. Do you understand? So it was expected for Tottenham Hotspur to keep up that record.
But not against Leicester. Leicester or Leicester? I don't know.
Okay, Leicester City.
We'll check in. So against Leicester City, come on. And the joy of yesterday's game was seeing our guy Iheanacho doing his thing, and I was like, wow, this is nice. I'm just so happy. I'm delighted that these Nigerian guys are picking their form. They're doing well in their club side, and I can't wait.
So can we confidently say that Iheanacho has, picked up his season?
With just 1 or 2 games, we can't say, but we all know Iheanacho is a beautiful striker. You can't take that away from Iheanacho. He's a beautiful striker. Just as we know, all players have their time.
And the good part of this whole dynamic, sorry to cut you short, it's looking good for Nigeria.
It's looking beautiful.
Because we have a friendly game this month or next month against Guinea-Bissau.
Wherever we are meeting right now.
And our coach seems to have a lot of options at his disposal.
Let's use the English Premier League terminology. We have squad depth at the moment. Our strikers
the only problem Nigeria will be having is who is going to be leading the attack for Nigeria.
And the second problem, please let politics not play into it.
No, I'm sure politics is not going to play into anything.
Thank you. That's just it. Because we want to see Osimhen, want to see Iheanacho, want to see Adeniyi. I heard Adeniyi is doing well. Want to see Irabo. Is it Irabo?
I mean, it's looking like I said, it's looking good for Nigeria.
So good
for Nigerians in the diaspora, and I just hope they can replicate that form they have in Europe and bring it down to playing.
No, they'll be able to. We're considering the fact that I think one of the things that affects players from my own point of view is the rest they have when it comes to football. Yes, I know fatigue also has its play, but I also feel when this kind of games are on, the Premier League, the Champions League, the other competitions are on, and these guys just take a little break from their club side down to the national side. I feel that's the heat will still be on, the fire within them will still be burning, and we'll definitely see them.
The fire will definitely be burning as they take on Guinea-Bissau in the friendlies coming soonest. I hope that fire burns till the end.
No, if at all it doesn't burn with anybody, I know it will burn with Osimhen, I know it will burn with Iheanacho, I know it will burn with Irabo. I think Lookman too. Yeah, oh come on. Chukwueze too. We saw Chukwueze score a goal against Baka. But I was so glad it was disallowed.
All right. So on Saturday night, Real Madrid played Al Hilal in the Club World Cup finals, and they beat Al Hilal 5-3, picking up their 5th Club World Cup title in 10 seasons. A good one for them.
Yeah, a good one for them.
But okay, so the reason I brought this up is I want to know, should I say this is the only trophy Real Madrid will be picking up this season?
No, we can't. Real Madrid are in the Champions League.
Yeah, but they're not really.
Yeah, we know they are not in the form of their life since after the World Cup. Lots going down, Benzema going on and off. And some of their players not really, maybe, I don't know, let's say they are not putting in their best anymore as we saw them before the World Cup. But you can't take that away. You know what the Champions League does. The Champions League will make you to bring out everything with you. The Champions League is the Champions League. The Champions League effect we have.
And like you said, Champions League bringing out everything in you. I hope it brings out everything in Chelsea.
I hope so. I really hope. No, for real. As much as we banter and we shade Chelsea for the bogus signing and the uncomparable amount spent.
Really.
I can't wait to see. I enjoyed Enzo Fernandez. I've enjoyed both 2 of his games in Chelsea. I enjoyed the way he handles the midfield, and I also saw the wonderful goal and the assist from him to João Felix by the weekend. And seriously, I can't wait to see that wonderful pair in the Champions League games. I think next 2 weeks or so.
No, we're playing Dortmund on Wednesday.
This Wednesday, I can't wait. I think this Wednesday is heavy then.
I mean, you know what? This week is football week. The Champions League is back.
Europa also
we'll be talking about that more tomorrow. But today, let's just focus on the weekend.
All right.
Leicester City, Tottenham, still sticking with them. I don't know. That defeat was heavy on Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you understand? But I mean, should we write them off? They
are still up on the table. I think they are still 6th or 7th on the table. Yeah. It's football. It's football. Anything can happen.
Okay.
But I hope and I pray, because it's not looking good for Harry Kane. Okay. A lot of sport analysts have come up to say, Harry Kane, come on, step up, leave Tottenham, go to another club, make things better. And we still saw him sign another.
I mean, just this morning in
them.
news reaching us is that Bentancur has been injured and is ruled out for the rest of the season. Whoa. That's another great player out. Yeah. So I don't know. It's looking a bit shaky, and their coach just recovered from a surgery when. So it's looking like Tottenham. I'm not just saying this because Chelsea or other teams are not struggling, but because I thought this season Tottenham would compete or give Arsenal a run for their money.
If they are not competing fully for the top 4, they should just maybe as much as possible retain their spots. So then maybe next season they can get it right. But just like we said, there was a time Leicester City, they came in and they won the cup.
Like they took the world by storm.
They took the Premier League cup, and now they are nowhere. They are struggling so much. So in football, that's at one point Manchester United was down the table. Now look at them on the top.
Look at them.
Yeah, and the way it's looking, if Arsenal goes down to the second position, I see Man U taking them back.
Now speaking of Arsenal, Arsenal played out a 1-0 draw during the weekend. That is a game everybody expected Arsenal to win.
I didn't expect Arsenal to win. Against West Ham?
No, Brentford.
Brentford.
Yeah,
they played Brentford.
Chelsea played West Ham.
Okay, Chelsea. That was the game we also expected you to win.
No, we'll get Chelsea. Let's start with Arsenal first.
All right.
So that game, I expected Arsenal to win, knowing that City and United are at your back.
Yeah.
They are, they are following you up. They are waiting for a slip for them to, overtake. And Arsenal, maybe after the World Cup, they looked like a team that we're going to fight. In fact, they were ready to take on anything just to
win the league. They are fighting.
But the past 2 games, it's looking a bit shaky now for Arsenal. What do you think is happening? What's happening there?
Sitting on the words and talks we've had here on Sport Gist on Kaftan, and we've seen many sport analysts, and I'll pick Francis have said it. Isaac, that's G Black, also said it. The squad depth in Arsenal will definitely affect them. We said that since even before the World Cup. I know even Rachel, at one point, Rachel also made that statement that if this World Cup comes, will they be able to continue after the World Cup?
I mean, after the World Cup, they kept winning.
Yes.
But it's looking bad now.
They kept winning for close to 7, 8, 9, 10 games.
And it was like, okay.
So we can say fatigue maybe.
Or can we also, I don't like to say this, but I just want to put it out there. Are we going to blame it on Jorginho? I mean, since he went to Arsenal,
you see, Arsenal, I don't know if Jorginho is a fine player.
Did he bring that?
No, Jorginho, the Chelsea effect.
Oh, so I'm sorry to say this Chelsea effect.
No. We won't say about the Chelsea effect. But we believe, I believe, I think fatigue is just taking its toll on those players. They're playing.
Do you think Man City is going to beat them on Wednesday at the Emirates?
Man City, just as I'm not a fan of Man City. I will never be a fan of Manchester City. Just not for anything.
Realistically speaking.
But for the fact that Guardiola is their coach, maybe when he stops being their coach, I can start loving those people.
Okay.
But as much as possible, I know and I believe if Arsenal can handle that midfield,
they can beat
them. Even if they are not beating them, they should hold them to a draw.
I love Arsenal and I really want Arsenal to win the league.
Yeah,
but I think Man City is going to beat Arsenal Wednesday.
All right.
Anyways, moving on, let's talk a bit about Chelsea for a round-up. Chelsea played out a 1-0 draw in a London derby on Saturday against West Ham United. I don't want to blame it on early kickoff because I always say this, stay away from early kickoffs.
Yeah.
Anyways, but regardless of the draw, because I expected Chelsea to win comfortably. Now, I watched that game closely.
Okay.
Chelsea controlled the midfield. Chelsea were brilliant.
Yeah.
And it takes me back to what Francis said on the show last week. He said, you are taking a down-foot driver and giving him an aeroplane to pilot. How is that going to work? And I want to blame this draw on Graham Potter in the sense that the first half Chelsea controlled the game. We were excellent the first half. Noni Madueke, Mudryk, João Felix were all doing well. Then the second half, you take away Madueke and bring in a Ziyech that is struggling. Why would you do that? I think the formation from Graham Potter cost Chelsea that 3 points.
That's you are a Chelsea fan, so I'm not going to argue that with you. I watched the game closely.
Yeah,
I'm not going to argue that with you. But you see, the coach. We've always said this. I will always say it. It's not about signing players. It's about your capacity, your intuition, the right change part time. You're blaming him now. Some days back we asked you, it's not about having these players. Can you use them? Now he might have just seen that, okay, one of the reasons the had to come into that game might be this pity, like they didn't let him go. Yeah. All right, let's not let him be on the bench. So it doesn't look like he's not doing anything. And come on, is there? But I want to correct something. Okay. I know early kickoffs. I know you would like to blame things, but early kickoff never affects Napoli. Yeah. Because Napoli's game was so early.
But it's affecting Chelsea. Anyways, that's what you can take on the show. Let's not forget the Champions League is back, and we'll be here tomorrow to give you some match.